Oh, guys, you see this? This beautiful thing. And yes, this is what beauty looks like, okay? It's in the eye of the beholder. This absolute beaut right over here is my oil refinery. Look at this. I've got oceans full of this stuff. Right over here, man. We've got things, and look at this. We have an oil reservoir over there as well. I don't know what to do with it, but that is for future loco. I have another one right over here. We have oil for what I think is going to be days. I have also dug a little ladder all the way down to the very bottom of the world. This is an extremely cold place. It is minus a 100 degrees Celsius. For those of you that use Fahrenheit, that basically means it's really fucking cold. So I hope that explains it to you. Either way, I have made a ladder all the way from the very bottom. And I think today we may very well go to the very top. Not that I really need to go to the very top at this point in time. But we've been making progress. And progress does feel pretty good. I have set up a little bit of a thing over here too, where some of my dupes... Oh, we don't have any oxygen. Why do we not have oxygen? Is it not included? Wait, why do we not have oxygen? Oh no. Oh no. Wait, nothing is working. Why is it not working? You're supposed to... Okay. Problem? Problem? I thought maybe I could run this, but maybe I can't. I don't know what happened. Issues? Right away. Please build this. Because oxygen, like the game's title suggests, is indeed not included. And it would be really nice if we have some of it. We just need to kickstart the whole system back up. And life should be okay. Oh, I know what happened. Dang it, I forgot about this. God, Loco from the past is so stupid. I don't have an obvious overflow system. So my overflow system emptied my hydrogen tank all the way through. Okay, this is an easy solution, man. This is just my own stupidity. My own stupidity is relatively fixable. Most of the time, anyways. Maybe I should build a big boy SPOM. I'm thinking about building a big boy SPOM. Like this right over here is known as a half Rodriguez. I would like to build a full Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Alright. So, hopefully everything is gonna power up. We just need a little bit of that hydrogen to flow again. There we go. And then this hydrogen thing will turn on. And that should hopefully make the battery power up a little bit again. Okay, we can disable this one. And it's gonna be okay. Alright, let me continue my tour of the base. I'm starting to grow glossy Drecos. Glossy Drecos are good for a bunch of things, most notably... well, we're using them for reed and all that, that's good. But we're most notably getting plastics in right now. Look at this. 250 kilograms of plastic. Picture this, chat. You're out in space, and there is an ocean of liquid right in front of you that has 0 microplastics in it. And you are the proud owner of 250 kilograms of the stuff. I am gonna be able to pollute a brand new world. Not many people get to do that, man, but I am one of the lucky few. So that's the goal. I have been starting up beds. Look at this. This is called a giga bedroom right over here. It is the greatest bedroom of them all. I'm a politician. Well, it's the greatest bedroom of them all if you do not consider the hydrogen and some of the polluted oxygen that is indeed accumulating at the top. Anyhow, that is a problem we will have to sort out, but not right now. I would really like to replace the ladders with plastics too. That would be so nice. That would be really nice. Requires emptying. What's this then? It requires emptying? I didn't even realize this thing needed emptying. We should probably have this set up. So a lot of my duplicants at the moment don't have a lot of oxygen, apparently. It's a bit of an issue. But some of the spacesuits should be filled up again relatively soon. Do you think it's worth building a full Rodriguez? I think it's about time, isn't it? I think it might be about time that I do a little bit of Rodriguezing around these parts. I have a lot of liquids. At least I think I have a lot of liquids. That's my main concern, I suppose. That, like, if I end up being a little bit too frivolous with my expenditure of the liquid, I may end up in a problem where I don't have any of it anymore, and then the SPOM will shut down, and that will probably be the end of my save. But I'm fairly certain I'm going to be able to run a full Rodriguez quite comfortably. And I've never built one before, which is also something I would like to go ahead and give a try. Yeah. You need a lot of water for oil as well. For oil? What am I even using oil for? Or, sorry, what am I even using this stuff for right over here? I'm just trying to get plastics going, man. Look at me. Slowly ejecting. Look at it grow. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting... Oh, there you go. That's the maximum length. And then look, it's got some automation built in. Bam. And then the plastics get brought all the way over here to my little dumping ground, which is where I store all of the stuff. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I've never used an oil well before, so maybe that is something I need to consider. I'm kind of thinking about building a full Rodriguez, though, also just because I'm curious. I've never built one of them before, and it seems kind of fun. But it might be a bit of an overkill at this point in time. But right now, I don't have any oxygen. Like, I have 0 oxygen currently in my... I think it's about time, right? Do we have any of the oxygen going in? Yeah, it's all a little bit of a mess. It's extremely inefficient the way that I have this set up. I need more. We need more air. Yeah, okay, I wasn't entirely sure where to start today. But, let's give it a try. Full Rodriguez. This is a 3 kilogram a second SPOM. Yeah, so it generates 2.975 kilograms of oxygen a second. Now, I have never built one of these things before. This is a very clever contraption that the smart folks that play this game have come up with. Basically, what I'm planning on doing is copy-pasting this whole thing. And then, I think we should be able to run our spacesuits off of that for the foreseeable future. I think this effectively more than doubles my current... No, actually, I think it's a triple. Yeah, my current SPOM does 1 kilogram of oxygen a second. So that's this little baby one right over here. I think this one will be a little bit more reliable. And maybe I also actually will burn off all of the excess hydrogen with this. Because currently I have this like hydrogen overflow that sometimes makes the SPOM malfunction. I don't really have a good way of sorting that out. So maybe we should build this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build this. This is my first foray into the full... That's a word I never use. My first little journey into a full SPOM. The only question is, where should I build it? I'm assuming it will generate quite a bit of heat. But the nice advantage of this is that it runs all by itself, right? So the SP part of the word SPOM is self-powered. So this is going to be entirely self-powered, which should make it all run pretty nicely. Let's see what the temperature of my base currently is. Okay, we have a very nice cold biome over here. It would be kind of sweet if we can build it directly south of here. I can also just use a cooling loop though, so we can just kind of put it wherever. We can just kind of put it wherever we like. So this is my living quarter right over here. To the left and to the right is where I want to have most of like my daily tasks, so the commute times are not as much of an issue. Notice, by the way, that I am at cycle 232, and we don't have the notification that commute times are long. That surprises me a little bit. Anyway, I have some production happening over here for all of my food, or all of my, like, resources, although a lot of this can actually be removed right now. I feel like this is a big decision, guys. Where to build this seems like the biggest decision of my life. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. What about this spot right over here? I'm not really planning on building this further up, although maybe I should. I can definitely build it further up if I want to. I was planning on building 2 duplicant quarters and kind of mirror them. But that evidently is not really going to be the case anymore. Honestly, this is not a bad spot right over here for the SPOM. It's just a little ways out, I guess, but they can get there reasonably quickly. They can leave over here. Yeah, maybe I should leave myself some room for expansion, though. I don't really know exactly what I need to add to this area. I'm not sure. I've been expanding upon this place already. And I'm thinking I may need to go ahead and do so some more at some point in the future, so maybe it's better to just kind of build it on the left. This is kind of like my technical area right over here, right? So this is where we are refining stuff. I guess it would make sense for it to be over here. This is my electricity items over here, although I may move those at some point. I think the pit will likely remain in the same spot. Interestingly enough, this is where my current SPOM is located. I think putting it right next to it is probably the best thing I can do. I would like to use this, though, as the outer wall, I guess. And then we can delete this abomination on the right here at some point. Do I still paint Warhammer? I most definitely do. Not as much as of over the last couple of weeks, though, but I painted a face. You want to see the face I've been painting? Here we go. This thing is extremely small, but I finished it yesterday. It is, here's the size of my, my thumb. Maybe that kind of puts it in perspective. This thing is extremely... I don't know if it wants to focus. There we go. There are eyes and pupils and all that too, but a little bit messy. What size brush? Mostly this one. Mostly a 00. Mostly the 00, yeah. Okay, so let's see. This over here can be the top floor. I don't think we really need to insulate this with a double tile. I think it'll be fine like this. It needs to have... Doesn't seem to need to have too much, actually. So I think we built... I should definitely be building stuff over here out of gold, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are, but I think some of this stuff is going to heat up, and I have quite a bit of gold. This will be the basis of the SPOM right over here. It's actually smaller than I thought it was going to be. No. That's smaller still. That's what she said to you? No. Really? That's crazy, dude. That's very mean of her. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I'm sorry, chat. You can't do that to a person, okay? Okay. The first new project! Yay! First new project of the day. We don't have a lot of spacesuits available at the moment because we don't have a lot of oxygen. So I think I'm going to temporarily disable this thing. Just for a little while. So everybody can actually get to work. So underneath this place, we are going to have some airflow tiles. Underneath this place. Okay. We put up some airflow tiles. Then we are gonna need one of the big boy transformers there as well. It kind of looks like there's extra space available, but I think it's just the idle animation. So this is where another one is supposed to go. Maybe it's a good idea to have a ladder as well on this side. Just so the boys can go in and out of these rooms. We can seal it off later. But for now, it's probably a good idea. Yo, what's up, Crustacean? How are you doing today? Okay. I have begun building a full SPOM. It's a big moment for the safe, man. A big moment for the world. Are you dying, Rogaldorn? Maybe try to not do that. Dying is extremely bad for your health. Don't recommend it. What is the priority over here on these things? The lads really enjoy running around in the gym. I don't mind it necessarily, but yeah, I'm trying to build up a full SPOM. This is going to be my first time doing a full SPOM, okay? You never forget your first. You never do. Thank you, Crustacean. Yeah. Most people don't seem to care much, but it's very smart guy. Yeah, thank you. I should probably also dig this thing open right over here. This is my backup gas, which I should probably have, because these tanks are not gonna be full forever. Honestly, it's not bad. I can actually just expand this as well a whole bunch if I want to. Just checking here. I don't really plan on building this yet, but I would like to be able to extend this for a while longer. We'll make this a low priority build. I'm just thinking, right, if I need to store enough gas of 2 of these natural gas geysers, then this would kind of be a nice idea. Let's make this priority 4, which is a priority I never ever use. Priority 4 may as well not exist. Okay. Priority 4 may be a fake priority. So this output pipe right over here could go like so. And I think this is about as high as it ever needs to be. So we can kind of flow it in that direction. And I think we can connect these together because it's fine. There we go. This is also priority 4. Priority 4, priority 4. No, 4, sorry. 5 is not the same number as 4. I know. This is the reasoning many of you joined my stream. This is why you are here, right? To figure out such intricacies. I could look into an infinite gas storage trick. Yeah, I heard of that. I haven't really looked into it. It also kind of seemed like a bit of an exploit type of thing, although I have been playing with some of those already as it is, but I probably should just do that at some point, but Loco using other priorities other than 9? Yes! I've never used 8 or 7 though. 8 or 7, I mean, on individual structures, like the desalinator, sure, but hey, Spartan!
Happy birthday, Loco.
Thank you, man. Thank you for remembering. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's not my birthday, but still. I do appreciate the thought, you know? Happy birthday, Loco. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, we need to wait until some of the destruction over here is done. There we go. So, we're gonna need another one of them right underneath here. We're gonna need a big boy transformer right next to this thing. I always like these things because they look funny. They remind me of a guy standing around. Actually, this one needs to go... This one needs to go one to the left. Yeah, right over there. Then we need a smart battery right next to it. And then a small transformer, it seems, right next to that. Okay, excellent. Happy no birthday, Loco. Yo, you too, man. Happy no birthday to you guys as well. Okay, and then underneath this, we built the same contraption as we did on the other side, basically. So we would need a couple of them. We leave a little bit of space on the side. I'm assuming most of you don't have a birthday. Not today, anyways. I'm assuming most of you do have a birthday day. Like, I would be very surprised if you don't. Can we actually make some of this stuff out of iron, please? I need to make sure that this is made... Or, sorry, not out of iron. Okay, this one can be out of... Okay, yeah, let's make that out of that. I'm thinking about making pretty much all of this out of gold. I don't know if that really matters, but I have gold, and I know gold has a very nice overheat capacity. So I'll just make all of this stuff out of something that has a good overheating temperature. This thing should already be made out of gold amalgam. Yes, pretty chill. This thing over here, copper ore? I don't know if you can even be made out of gold. Sure can. Let's put that right up there too. Okay. You don't have a birthday at all? Oh. You weren't born? That's weird. Like, sorry, maybe I'm just like a very... I'm maybe an old man thinking about these sorts of things, but I've kind of been under the assumption most people would be born at some point, at least in time. We're gonna need some thick boy wires, and one of those thick boy wires is gonna be put right over there. Angron is starving? Well, he kind of deserved it, didn't he? Okay. You have a compilation day. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know. Well, happy compilation day. I guess that's basically all, you know, life really is, right? We were all compiled. Some of us took a little bit longer than others. The majority of the viewers, I think, took about 9 months. But I don't want to make any assumptions. You were compiled with a syntax error? Okay. There we go. Being a gladiator Primarch has its drawbacks. Yeah. I guess that's one of the issues with Angron, right? Like, he just spends a lot of time fighting and being angry and stuff. Plus, his dad took really bad care of him. There's a lot of daddy issues in the Warhammer world. There's also a lot of daddy issues in the real-life world, so I guess art really once more does mirror reality. Okay. You took 8? You were born in 8 months' time? You've been speed running ever since you were little. That's beautiful. I took about 8.5 months because I was fat. The doctors were like, yo, Loco's mom is gonna have a hard time with this one. Let's get him out of the oven. Let's get him out of here ASAP. This boy's thick. Look, I couldn't help it, okay? It is what it is. What are the statues that you have all over the place? So you get decor bonuses. If I show you my... which one is it? Ah, the decor overlay. These are basically places where they feel nice. More decor equals more nice. So I have a lot of decor in places where they pass through frequently. And then less so in areas that are not so important, but... Okay, I need a couple of these electrolyzers. I'll be making them out of gold as well. There we go. And then we need to loop all of this up. No, it wasn't a memory. No, it's not a memorial. Although I do have some memorials over here too. We have Fulgrim and Fulgrim Jr. side by side. Fulgrim Jr. has tried many times to join them, but thus far they're the only ones. But I have more space. As a matter of fact, not a bad idea. I'll add a couple more gravestones over here just in case it's needed. You know, I'm not saying it's not a possibility, and maybe it'll motivate them in the morning when they walk past that point. They're like, oh shit, maybe I actually need to try today, because I may end up in the ground if I'm not careful. Would that be motivating or problematic? I don't know. Oh shit. Sanguinius is becoming extremely stressed out. We were doing so well until we weren't. Yeah, they are literally digging their own graves. I did something wrong. How is this not lining up properly? I don't get it. Hold up, chat. I'm painting by numbers, but I don't understand what numbers are. Huh? Huh? What am I doing wrong? I'm trying to copy this image. What is wrong with my image? You see how, like, in this full-size SPOM, the left electrolyzer is lining up with the left side of this thing? And then likewise as well the one on the right? Oh no, the one on the right is actually one wrong. This all has to go a little bit further to the right, it seems. The ladders are making this messy. Okay. Okay. Nothing changes, it's just aesthetic. You are implying that aesthetics don't matter? Hello? Are you out of your mind? Alright, let's turn this thing back on. We're gonna be wearing spacesuits again, gamers. I know life is very stressful at this point in time. And I may have to create a massage clinic for all of you. Because this is becoming a bit problematic. Yeah. I could have just moved it all one to the left. Why make it easy? No, 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 no. We like to do things the hard way on this stream. No, I want to copy exactly what this thing is like at the moment. In the picture. Because I know that it's going to be kind of tricky to actually run all of this if you've not built it before. So I'm just gonna be safe about it. That also does mean that the ones over here at the bottom are mispositioned though, so I do need to destroy those. I'm just gonna make the exact same image as the one from the screenshot. Okay, so those spacesuits were extremely useful though, it seems, because many of my guys... Why are you guys putting on the spacesuits that have very little oxygen in them? Maybe wear the ones that have oxygen in them, dude. Are you guys dumb? Okay. When Loco misplaces his hatchery, he doesn't rebuild it, he just moves the mineral fields? Yeah. That's precisely right. There we go. That will make it line up quite nicely. It's a bit messy, but we should get there. Okay, immediately the stress starts dropping. Excellent. So we're gonna need a couple more over here. I can already start deconstructing these. That'll be okay too. Okay. Okay, I think that's basically all of the important stuff taken care of here. All of the basics should be okay like so. Yeah, we can add a couple more insulated tiles in that spot. That should be okay. Let's look at some of the wiring now, or some of the plumbing. So first off, it is recommending, it seems, insulated pipes. Those are the yellow ones, right? No, those are not yellow. Wait, which ones are the... Oh, radiant pipes? Okay, radiant pipes. I would imagine iron ore for those is gonna be okay. So we're just hooking all of this around. I don't really know why it does this, but we trust in Francis John, okay? Why are you yellow? Are you yellow too when you're built? Wait, are these pipes yellow pipes or no? Some of them need to be radiant pipes, I think, but I'm not sure if it's radiant or insulated. I don't even know if it matters. But according to the picture, some of them are yellow. Like this, it is correct? Okay. Thank you, very smart guy. Very smart guy, you can always trust, because his nickname is Very Smart Guy. You wouldn't name yourself Really Smart Guy if you're really dumb. That doesn't make any sense. People on the internet wouldn't just, like, make shit up. Right? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Lying on the internet is illegal, actually, is what I've heard. So these are all my oxygen outputs right over here. Although this, I think, is for the overflow of hydrogen. Okay. Next up, we need some automation wiring too. That one's a little bit more simplistic. We just jam all of these together. Go straight down from here and then into that thingamajig. And then all of these apparently also need to be looped in. Just like so. Then we need to do some actual power wires. So we're gonna need some of the big, thick wires. Big, thick wire goes right across here. Yep. And then big, thick wire also goes down over here. And then up over there. Good. We're gonna need some conductive wires. Conductive wires go from here straight down across this way, around the side up here. And then we still need some regular wires too to power this little loop on the left, or on the right rather. All right. And then the last thing we need is the input for the plumbing. So this is the only input that this thing is going to require. We need some radiant pipes going in. What are we building this out of? Iron is okay. Copper is also okay. Just don't build it out of freaking mercury. That's suboptimal. I've had some issues with that in the past. Actually, I don't think you can even build this out of that. So that's good enough. And then this is going to be my input pipe. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's all we need to do. I think. It looks like a bit of an abomination, but I think we'll be okay. Soon you may clap. It's a little early now to start clapping. But soon. No, that's a premature clap. Nothing to be embarrassed about. That can happen to the best of them. Everybody has experienced a premature clap before. But you do want to try and at the very least minimize the amount of times that that happens. Are we immediately going to run out of water again? I don't think so. Because even if I don't have enough water here in this slush geyser, I can just get more from up here and up here. So I could always like just dig straight up and it will fall straight down. And I think we should be good, Prometheus. But I will give you full permission, if this indeed ends up failing miserably, for you to make fun of me, okay? I will be removing the half SPOM, yes. You would never? Can you make fun of me prematurely as well? Well, I mean, you're asking permission right now, but I don't think that's ever really stopped you in the past. To be fair, I actually have, when I went to a concert once, they had a rest in the song and everyone thought it was the end. And then they continued for like 1 more minute and it felt awkward. It's nice, right? I believe that's how you do it in general when you are a musician. You just change up the songs for no apparent reason, just so people know that you're singing stuff live. The day I'm unable to make fun of Loco is the day you can put me in the ground. Wow. You're a poet. That's beautiful. I'm actually gonna create some doors over here into this place, even though I don't think I really need it to be accessible. It's probably a good idea to still be able to, if I need to. I should try and avoid it though for some of these rooms. What do I think is the best miniature set or kit to start getting into Warhammer painting? Honestly, whatever excites you. I think probably, like, obviously some of them are going to be harder than others, but generally, if you start painting miniatures, it is something that is very small, and you're probably going to be staring at it for quite a long time. So there are some, like, starter kits, I suppose, that are honestly pretty dang good. But obviously, if they don't excite you, if you don't want to paint those, yeah, maybe don't. Slanesh excites you? Hey. You're not the only one. Yeah, if you're not planning on playing, if you just plan on painting, kill team kits are pretty fun. I can show you what they look like. That's a good recommendation, actually. Kill team or spearhead is basically like the smaller version of the game. And they come in like these boxes that have like 19 miniatures in this particular case, but some of them only have like 6. Some of them have more. But it's like a smaller army. You can buy these like smaller army units quite nicely. Actually, for Age of Sigmar, you have these things called Auric Brutes. I feel like those are pretty fun to start with. So they come in a little box. You can make a little miniature army like this. These are 5 guys with blades. I think these are really cool. Now maybe this is just an example, right? There's like dozens of this type of thing. But I think these are like, you know, a little kit of 5 guys. I think that's a pretty nice starting point. For something like this, you don't need a ton of paints either. You don't need a lot of supplies. Yeah, they could work at 5 guys together. They look like they belong in the Pumpkin Clan. Well, some people paint them differently. Look, here's the same kit. Painted a little bit differently, though. Obviously, these are high-quality paintings, right? Like, it's not that easy. I would... Really? Your first miniature is Archeon? Or Archon, whatever his name is? Archeon? You could. You could. This thing is about that large. Probably wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you do you. You do you. It all depends on how much money you want to waste, right? Some people are like, money? I'm made out of this stuff. I don't care. And other people are a little bit more careful about it. I have seen that one, Mr. Shine. Yeah, the new dragon. It actually went on pre-order today. It's pretty cool. Me and your mate are going to go halves on an ultimate starter kit, so we both get 1 army each. Okay, that's a good idea. Then you have like a way to play as well right away. I think there's like a starter kit for like Space Marines versus Tyranids. So, you know, that's a pretty fun idea. I like that. One of you can play the Space Marines and the other ones can play the Tyranids. I think that's good. I'm gonna introduce a new priority, chat. This one is called Priority 3. It's blue? Never seen that before. Crazy stuff. Yeah, the scary thing about those really large miniatures is that they're so fucking cool, but you also know they're gonna take like 3 months to paint, and it's kind of, you know, intimidating. I have one over here that I really want to paint. Well, I have more than one. Yo, Bover, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, yes. This is one of my absolute favorite Warhammer miniatures. It is the Lord of Change. You encounter one as well at the end of Space Marine 2. And you can build him as an alternative hero unit, which is this one right over here, with 2 heads and different colored wings and all that. This mini is so cool, but I also, I'm a little intimidated by it. I will paint it one day. I will. I've been painting only for about 1.5 years at this point, so I haven't been painting for that long. There's a lot of really cool minis, though, that you can get. It's a fun project. I also think it's important not to like shame yourself too much though, because there's a lot of hobby shame out there. A lot of people that get started with Warhammer, they will kind of overbuy a lot of shit and then guilt trip themselves into never painting it, and then they feel shitty for the rest of their lives. You bought them when you were making more money than you do now. Yeah, fair. I should probably have a gas pump and a filter up here. We don't really need this. Can I fit a gas pump and a filter in here? I should try. My luxury quarter seems fucked. Wait, why? No, it's good. There's a little bit of junk on the floor and we have a little bit of oxygen lacking at the top. But that's okay. To compensate, they get a comfy bit. One miniature costs half your paycheck. If one mini costs half your paycheck, you probably shouldn't be painting Warhammer minis, man. That's too expensive. That's way too much. This whole area was polluted oxygen at the start, so I've been cleaning it up. But some of it that was left over was like kind of risen to the top, I guess. Okay, I am gonna be increasing the priority on this project over here because I would like to finish it. You don't just have to paint Warhammer minis though, right? Like you can just do whatever. Like there's a lot of cheaper miniatures out there too. You can also just paint on a fucking canvas. Or you could paint on paper. Or you can, like, you know, get a pencil. Or learn to... I think some sort of creative thing is good. It's really quite fun. Are you guys stuck? Are you guys dying over there? That's really bad for your health. Okay. Yeah, you can 3D print minis if you want to. Yo, and Vizzy.
It's been 24,524 years. Have we found the peak evolution of gamers in Master Logo?
I don't think I'm the peak evolution of gamers, no. Hey, thank you very much, man. 87 months. Let's go. I think some you could do digital art on a computer. That's also a lot of fun. Honestly, any sort of creative stuff is, I think it's probably good for a person. I know a lot of folks don't care for that sort of thing, but I know it's good for me anyways. Fun story from my work week. Walking with a client and they asked me if there are any snakes. I told them with great certainty that there are no snakes, and not less than 2 feet later, I had to pull the kid off the path to avoid a snake. That sounds like Australia to me, Prometheus. I've never been to Australia, but that's exactly how I picture the place. I'm not creative at all, but I did learn to paint minis. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, what does creativity mean anyways, right? Like, it's just, it doesn't really... I feel like creativity is also something you just kind of get told as a child. And some people happen to be, like, creative, whatever that means. And other people get told that they're not, compared to other kids. And then, you know, they're, like, not creative, whatever that means, right? Like, it's just, you create stuff. You're not gonna find snakes in Australian cities, in urban environments? Really? I feel like I've heard people say the exact opposite, man. That there are plenty of snakes in the cities too, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, for example, a lot of artists are left-handed because people get told that left-handed people are more creative, which is based on nothing. It just so happens to be that a lot of artists historically are left-handed. I feel like it's just something, and I may be completely wrong with this, but I feel like it's something we just tell people and then they're like, oh, I'm left-handed, therefore I'm creative, therefore I'm gonna do art, and now I do art. It's propaganda, yeah. Has to be. It's like if your last name is like Baker. I feel like the odds of you considering bakery as a profession or becoming a baker go up substantially. Just because of your last name, man. It's kind of meaningless in the end. My dad said to me as a kid, if I wasn't gonna do engineering, were you gonna do the arts? Eh. Engineering, art, what's the difference? There you go, Opera. You're autistic, but you're bad at math. Oof. Lucky. What's up, Silverlight? Happy Saturday. Ooh, I don't have enough copper. We need to get a little bit of copper going. Would that make you an e-girl, Loco? Yes. I've been wanting to be an e-girl ever since I was little. No, I don't know. I feel like in general it's good to try different things. It's okay to be stuck doing the same stuff. I don't think that's bad, but it's also a nice thing to try out new things from time to time. It beats doom scrolling on your phone. Do I have any copper? I would imagine I do, right? Yeah, let's get some. You get annoyed that you bounce around to different hobbies all the time? Ooh, okay. I've never really had that much of an issue with that sort of thing, but... Loco's diagnosing me? No, I'm just saying, like, I think that is a thing that's pretty common. I work in a supermarket and my manager is called De Winkel. That is the Dutch word for shop, yeah. The produce section, the manager there is called De Boer, which is the Dutch word for farmer. There might be a link, man, yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Almighty Ben. Casual, 5 gift subs, thank you so much. Good morning, Ben. Hope you're having a nice weekend. We have a little bit of, we have a bit of a thing going on here. I'm trying to make a door. Can we just... Yes, can we please make that door? Spaced Out is the DLC for this game. I don't see a problem with it. You're just excited to explore different things. Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. My grandparents made bamboo furniture, probably. I don't think they did, man. I feel like my side of the world, there's not very little bamboo. But maybe. In South Africa, we have a lot of people named Vander. Okay. Yeah, Vander means like off the in Dutch. So Vander, like old Dutch. Van der Zaal, for example, would be like off the sail. So I'm assuming they were, you know, a sailor or something along those lines. Did we finish the project? Hell yeah. I don't know if all of these pipes were supposed to be this color. They were not. Let's try that again. I'm replacing them with good old regular pipes. But then we can power this on. We should be able to anyways. I would like to maybe make like a little bit of a floor over here just so I can jam a couple of gas vents right over here. We should have an overflow tank somewhere. Wait, does this run without a gas reservoir? Oh, I guess we burn it all off. That's interesting. Let's have a look at the settings. So the upper sensor has to be set to hydrogen above 250. There we go. And then the other ones, the lower ones, have to be set to above 450. Above 450. There we go. I would like to have a manual generator. Now, which part over here needs to be powered on first? I'm guessing I can just loop it in over here, right? At the very bottom. That should do the trick. Let's just jam one of these things right over here. There we go. And obviously, I'm also going to have to hook this up to water. And the water is going to have to come in from here. There we go. But obviously, we need to like clean this room up and then close the doors. I grew mealwood mostly in the early game, yes. Yeah, I have some gas reservoirs over here with like gases I don't know what I do to it. So at some point I will probably drop them somewhere. I should always charge the battery first. The battery though is going to be kind of tricky to power up. Nah, I think it'll sort itself out. Because I would still have to use the thing at the bottom. Mealwood is good for the early game? Yeah, the early game. I'm still mostly eating mealwood. It's a bit of a problem for me. But we are pickling them now. We have pickled mealwood. That's good, maybe. Okay. All of this can be a higher priority now. Please build all of this shit. It's only hooked up to the transformers. I don't think you hooked up the manual generator into the generator. No, I need to make sure that the gas pumps are running, right? Like, I think that's the main thing that I need to be focusing on right now. Some of the electrolyzers over here, and then this one over here on the right will probably power up a little bit later on, but that's okay. So these two electrolyzers need to be powered on. And I think at that point it should be fine, but we can easily troubleshoot this if it doesn't work. I'm gonna disable this thing for a while. I don't really want to get another one of those things down here. It's fine. I would like to also do this, but we'll have to empty the pipe first. So we need a plumber. What is the end goal for the game? Technically speaking, I think it's to build a rocket, like a spaceship, and then go out. But honestly, I've already achieved the goal for this particular run. What I wanted to do in this run... Actually, I should probably put the high pressure guys over here. What I wanted to do in this run is build a really nice base for my duplicants. And I've kind of already achieved that. It's not entirely done yet. I mostly just need to make sure that we get all these beds upgraded. That is one of the things I want to be doing soon, but... I really want to filter out some of these bad gases, because we have a lot of bad gas in the base. I'm gonna need a filter here, huh? Bit of a meme. Can I have a gas filter somewhere? I guess I can fit it over here temporarily. That would do the trick. Okay. So we'll run a gas pump just like so. I want to be filtering out regular oxygen. And then we want to remove all of the non-oxygen or stuff. Yes. There we go. This is temporary. It should be fine. Yeah, so I was playing with the other two DLCs, and the other DLCs are really fun. 2, 3, I don't know. And then I realized it's kind of difficult, so I'm changing it up a little bit, and now I'm actually being a little bit more successful. Which feels good, man. After failing for so many hours, it feels good to not fail for once. Spent a lot of time failing. You can actually put down a passive gas filter? Hmm. You guys are already pumping? No. This thing doesn't really need to be powered on, man. Oh, wow. Some of the stuff is already running. Did we already put in the plumbing? Oh, we did! I do certainly have to make some changes here as well, but disassembling this is going to be a little bit of a pain. Yeah, I accidentally already had it powered on here in some spots. But I don't yet have an output for anything, so we need to wait until this is built. Which we're going to be doing right about right now. Okay. This stuff needs to be swept up. We need to sweep all of this shit. No automation wire on that one. How is there no automation wire? I did set this up. Wait, what? For some reason, the automation wire is not part of the full Rodriguez screenshots, but it certainly has to be connected to the pump over here. A little bit odd. Oh, it's not reachable. No, I didn't close the doors yet. I want to make sure that this place is swept first. So we need to get rid of all the junk, then we close the doors. I need to make sure that this part over here is also powered up. I think we can just run this like so. It should be fine. Okay. Okay. So, once this is built, we can disassemble the stuff over here. I may set up some cooling pipes in this area too. Might not be a bad idea. But we can use that to our advantage then. So all of this stuff just needs to be dropped off. It's taken a little while, but... Oh, there's also a critter hanging out here. Please get rid of that guy. Sorry about that. Wrong place, wrong time. Not my fault. And this one can already be locked. There we go. Let's lock that door. My metals are probably not good. No, I never really have had a lot of metals. I've been wasting a shit ton of metal by not having the proper refinement set up for it. Which I should have done a long time ago, but I haven't. I've still been using the rock crusher. Because I enjoy pain. I like pain, okay? Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, just clean it all up, please. Please just clean all of this stuff up. Hurry up. Long commutes is kicking in right now, but that's because I have to run over here and actually like do the work in this specific spot. That's, you know, it's a bit unfair, but okay, fair enough. So this should be good as well, right? This floor is done? No, actually it's not. We still have a lot of items here on the floor. What the hell? Where's all this extra junk coming from? I guess you guys did the replacing of some of these items. All right. They updated some of the piping. I don't even really think this is necessary, but I'd prefer just cleaning it up right now. We can lock this door. No longer need to go in here. Likewise, this door can also be locked. There we go. And then all we need to do is wait for this floor over here to be done. So I'm just locking the doors because maybe they'll have to go in at some point to repair stuff. But I would prefer them not disrupting some of the gas flow here because it's going to get messy. Hey, what's up, Mickey? How are you doing today? Good morning. Afternoon. Good night. No, it's got to be morning over in Florida. Oh, that's a very Dutch way to say hello, Memoria. Great work. Hoi! I'm doing pretty good, can't complain. I really felt like playing this game today. And I have just about built the full SPOM. That sounds like a very fake way of saying hi. Nope. H-O-I is kind of like the normal way to say hoi. in Dutch? What's going on, Fost? Hello. Apparently you need to be murdered. I don't really know exactly why anymore, but I need to murder you. You're in Texas? Hell yeah. If you live in Texas, does that automatically mean you drive a pickup truck? There's actually still a few items on the floor that I didn't see for some reason. Is it allowed to live in Texas without a pickup truck? Not in Austin, Texas? It's not allowed? I knew it. You have a small SUV? I wonder if a small SUV in Texas would be considered small in other places of the world. Legally it's allowed, but socially unacceptable. Like a Range Rover is a small SUV, and a Honda Accord? Honda Accord. Are those... Okay, those are reasonable sized cars. Those are not too big. That's almost European. Yeah, that's very European. Okay, guys, it's time to power the whole thing on. There we go. Here we go. Give it a shot. It's gonna get a little bit messy. We basically need to wait until the battery powers on. It's going to take a bunch of damage and all that. Maybe actually I need to make sure that these doors up here are on auto, because these can very easily... So for the time being, it's gonna have the wrong element going into it, which is the problem. But that should sort itself out over time as the pumps over here at the bottom are doing their thing. So the gases are gonna take a while to settle. So we're looking mostly for the gases in this room. The bottom ones need to have oxygen, the top one needs to have only hydrogen, and it's something that balances out over time. If I've set everything up correctly, the one at the top should basically always have hydrogen in it. Pickup trucks where I am in the US is considered compensating? Really? In the US? Oh, I thought pickup trucks were very common in the US. I see quite a few pickup trucks over here these days, man. It's kind of insane. Vespian gas in the Netherlands is really expensive, you know? Something's wrong. What's wrong? Terrazine is cheap, but Vespian gas? Oof, pricey. There's a leaking tile? Wait, where? Which one? Don't I have that same problem over here? Or I guess maybe with the way that this is set up. Oh, this tile right over here. That tile needs to be gone. That's a big boy tile. That's a little dumb. All of the gas is just leaking out the wrong way. My bad, my bad. Haha, you're dumb. I am dumb. This is one of those things that can take an hour to troubleshoot, though, if you're not streaming. It's like, why does it not work? What's up, WeShark? Okay. Did we do the thing? I think we may have done the thing. We're doing a little bit of murdering. Sometimes when that sound effect happens, I think they're fighting each other, but sadly that hasn't happened yet. Look at that, chat. Woo! Very nice. Extremely nice. Okay, so there's one more thing in this project that I would like to fix. Destroy the old SPOM. SPOM, I mean. My bad. I would very much so like to destroy this. Let's have a look, though. So, this needs to be disabled right over here. This entire loop over here needs to be changed up. So, the water is coming in from the north. Yeah, and we basically just want it to go straight over there. This is a temporary solution. Just send it straight over there. We also cut this one off right over here. Yeah, and then we can empty all of this. There we go. And we can delete all of that reasonably easily. I would like to make sure that we don't have all this hydrogen going straight into the thing. So let's connect that back up so we try to fill up some of these tanks over here. Okay. This is priority 9. We need to make sure that this tank is empty. Yeah, I probably still need a cooling loop. But I would have to make a new one anyway, so I'm gonna try and do this a little bit differently. Dude, we have just tripled the amount of oxygen that is now included in our base. That's a lot of oxygen to be including. Okay, so I want to be emptying the pipe. There we go. Get the plumbers out here. Mario and Luigi working side by side. We have a lot of plumbers, actually. Okay. Delete that little pipe as well. Hey, thank you, Nolan. Oh, God. Yeah, this is bad. We need to figure this out in a moment. But I think it should already be kind of fine. Please disable. Actually, just deconstruct them. It's fine. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. There we go. I don't have enough iron for some reason. Okay. Do I have a way to store the overflow hydrogen? I have a bunch of it right over here, just sort of sitting in a tank, doing nothing. I should probably burn it. Okay. Go ahead, bring it over here. Are we done plumbing? We're nearly done plumbing. There we go. And then we are gonna deconstruct all of this. We are going to deconstruct, as a matter of fact, the whole SPOM. I've checked if there's any lines underneath. I don't believe there are. delete us, yeet us, delete us. And I would really like to connect these right over here into the main base. Now, currently, I don't really have a very good setup for this. Okay. Yes, keep deleting. Keep deleting. Delete all of the things. Good. Oh, boys. Come on, man. Get a grip. It's okay. Just build that stuff right over there. And then this can also go that way. This can also go that way. And then we can pump all of this stuff into the spacesuits right over here. Now, I'm gonna want to make sure. So how many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 12, right? 12, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12. So I need to have 4 of them per. So 4 of them need to go into one little output over here. Cut them loose. Cut them loose. Cut them loose. Okay. We will get back to this in a moment. Please delete that as well temporarily. Thank you very much. And then we need to run these into separate pipes. This one is without, like, out of range. That's okay, though. I have a bunch of pipes over here, too, that need to be deleted. Is it a problem that it's, like... No, I think it's okay, right? It's mostly this over here that's the issue. So the electrolyzers are max gas pressure, so it just takes a little while before all of this is set. Okay. You can filter the deconstruct only to buildings. Yeah, but I wanted to delete the whole thing. But yeah, you definitely can. Okay. Wake up, gamers. Delete the things. I want to give you guys oxygen in your spacesuits. You thought this was priority 8? 5? No. We're back to priority 9, okay? None of these fucking weak priorities. Get them out of here. All right. Priority 9 is the best way to run things. So I'm trying to decide how I want to set this up. So I need to have 3 lines going up. Well, I guess this one needs to go over here. That one's easy. This one can go this way too. It's fine. Let's build them up here. And then this one also needs to go up. Okay, so the first group can connect in over here. Easy enough. I'll also give you a little split off that way just to get some oxygen into the base. It's okay. For now, though, I think I'll just disconnect it just to, like, supercharge the stuff. This little second group, so this one can go around the way like that. The second group is gonna have to run a little bit above, That'll be fine like this. Okay, so, if that's built, we should have oxygen, dude! Oxygen for days! Priority 9, bam! This one can go back to priority 5. Ooh, this thing is currently not powered. That's a little bit awkward. I was looping that in with some of the excess power, actually, that we are generating. 9 is almost twice as much as 5. That is well said, Ramble. I'm so glad you're here in the stream. We would have never... We wouldn't have known. Thank you. Okay. Loop them up. You guys think it's downtime? Is it? I only just now realized what you actually said. That was somehow even dumber. I hold you to very high standards, okay? I just figured there was no way you would have actually said what, you know. I just fixed your own words for you. You're welcome. Dude, I reach head a lot. Yeah, I do. Dude, last night at 1 in the morning, I got woken up by my carbon monoxide monitoring device. It was like, beep, every 30 seconds. Beep, every 30 freaking seconds. Somehow Loran didn't hear it. So we had the guy with the non-functioning ears, aka me, going around the house trying to figure out where the fucking noise came from. So I'm like walking around, I'm like, is this where the beep comes from? It's like, I'm pretty sure it came from upstairs, but I can't tell because my locational hearing, if that's even a way to describe anything, is awful. I found out eventually that apparently these things have a lifespan of about 10 years. And even though I've only had this one for 8, it says that its end of life is approaching. I got fucking scammed, dude. 2 years. 2 years. I was supposed to get 2 more years out of those. But, you know, on the flip side, it wasn't actually carbon monoxide in my home. Because that could kill me. So I guess that's, you know, that's nice. At the very least, I'm not dead. Not dead. Not dead. I think I'll be hooking up this conductive wire over here. Right over here should be fine. Yeah, you guys can go into this room again. It's fine, actually. Just put it on auto. Yeah, carbon monoxide basically kills you, but you don't notice it. Stupid humans. Actively dying. Can't even tell that we are. Humans so dumb. I'm glad you're not dead, Loco. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad I'm not dead, too. Okay, how's the pump going? Are we pumping? We're pumping in a little bit of hydrogen, man, but that's okay. We're gonna just have to repair a few things here and there, but man, are we gonna get oxygen in. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the flood. Dude, I am feeling oxygenated out of my mind right now. Excuse me, why are you not oxygenating? Oxygenusing. I think this is an issue over here, right? I probably need to make sure that we store some of this overflow into a bunch of gas reservoir. It's French. Let's put a couple of them down. P9? Everything's P9, Wee Shark. Everything. Don't get it twisted. The newer projects always take priority over the older projects. That just makes sense. Why is my duplicant stuck? Some of my guys like to pretend they're stuck. It's a very common trope in movies. At least in the movies that I like to watch. Okay. Yeah, no, we're not supposed to have the gas going in, man. You guys are getting a little bit overly ambitious here with the freaking hydrogen. Maybe burn that shit off a little bit quicker. Oh, this is a problem. Sanguinius is stuck because the door is currently powerless. It's not ideal. Can I make this priority exclamation marks? I guess we don't have the stuff. No, we have the stuff. Okay, we could also just like We could also just have Sanguinius die. That's another option. Not really the one that I would prefer, though, if I have any say in the matter, which I think I do. Do I have any copper? Yeah. Okay, go! Save Sanguinius! He's a literal angel. Good. Go in there. Yay! Sanguinius is not dead. Horus didn't kill him. Hype. Okay. 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 Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right here? Pipes. Full of the good stuff. Now, we do need to be a little bit, we need to do a little bit of repairing, evidently. Because... Dum Dum Loco is pumping in the wrong liquid. And with liquid, I mean gas. Okay, good. Good, I think we have done the thing. If you look at this beautiful work of art, you can tell that we have done the thing. Look at it, wow. Circuit overload. Not ideal. Oh, this is a stupid wire anyways. Get it out of here. Yo, Invictus. Thank you so much. Welcome back. 15 months? Hell yeah. Guys, I'm gonna have a look at my total amount of subs right now. I haven't looked at my total sub numbers in a bit. Oh, okay. We're at 970 sub points. Sometimes I look at my sub numbers and I get sad, and sometimes I get very happy. It's the duality of Twitch. It's something you have very little control over as a streamer, but sometimes Twitch is like, yo, everybody unsubscribe. You fucking suck. Why do you even still do this? And other times Twitch is like, yo, people even subscribed while you weren't live. Great job, man. Yeah, it is Subdora's box. It's really nice. All right. I think we have done the things. Whoa! Chat! Chat, are you seeing this? We have so much oxygen right now. Never has anybody had more oxygen than me. There we go. Let's hook this one in too. It's fine. These are always the last ones used because they seem to use the ones closest to that thing first. We're also pumping... Oh no, what am I never filtered it, man. What am I pumping out? I'm trying to do oxygen. What a... Oxygen. Alright, good. I'm trying to pump out the non-oxygen stuff. There we go. Pump out all the junk. Yeah, get it out of here. Okay. So that is gonna sort out some of this junk that we have. Why is there so much junk in this room? What is going on? Why is there so much polluted oxygen over here specifically in this room? Is it the rotten barbecue? I'm guessing it's the rotten barbecue. Adding some polluted germs into the world. Not ideal. Your SPOMs will stop if there's no hydrogen generators when the oxygen storage is full. Can we clap now? I think honestly, dude, I think the time for clapping is here. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've done it. We've done it. You watched me struggle, but we have done it. We have oxygen right now, and it's fully included in the video game. Dude, many of you have tried to explain to me how this bridge priority system works. I never quite understand it, but it seems to be working now. Very good. My only concern with this setup is that it's gonna get nice and toasty in here. So I will definitely have to cool it down. Now I have some nice, cool pipes of water going around. I can cool this down even more. But what I can do is just loop this around here, and then we can get some nice water from that alone. So it should be pretty easy for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and run a little loop around. I don't think I really need to go too crazy with this. I don't think we need like any radiant pipes or any of that sort of stuff so much. But just a little bit of a temperature reduction like this will probably already help out quite a lot. So this is going to be cool liquids that we are piping just straight through this area. And I can cool it down even more if I need to. Oh, I'm using insulated pipes for some reason. That I should not do. Who's texting me? It's an unknown number is texting me. What do you think it is, chat? It's a scam. Who's trying to scam me? Who was it? Which one of you is trying to scam me? Okay, liquid pipes. I wasn't gonna fall for your scam, dude. I played RuneScape growing up as a kid. That has made me effectively scam-proof, okay? You know how many scammers there are in RuneScape? I'm supposed to be scamming you guys? Yeah. Yeah, I am supposed to be scamming you guys. Buy my crypto coin. Why aren't you buying my crypto coin? Are you poor? I've learned from the very best. That's how you do it. Yes, I am poor. Dang it. That was supposed to be offensive. You didn't get it. Jeez. All right. Spend the income you want to have, not the income you have. Yeah. Live the lifestyle you aspire to. That's a great bit of advice right there by Ramble. If you want to be poor forever. That's smart. I like that. Just put it on a credit card. What could possibly go wrong? So, this can go that way, and this can go that way, and then this can go that way, and then this can be disconnected. Now, obviously, that means that my dupes are going to be hanging out in this room for a little bit. A little bit unlucky, but it's okay, I guess. We can cut this off right over here. Just so we can empty the pipes. Without a plumber. If you want to empty the pipes without a plumber, cut the pipes. That's what Mario taught me a long time ago. I tried that loco, but they made me return to Bugatti. Ah, man. Do you think Bugattis would be nice to even drive? Like, would you just be a coward if you drive a Bugatti? Because you wouldn't want to have any scratches on it, you know? Like, you can't even really use it as a car. Like, in my mind, the usage of a car is to go from A to B. But if you have, like, a really expensive car that you're afraid of even getting, like, the tiniest scratch on, like, it's just kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, what if there's a speed bump? Okay, so the water over here is at 15 degrees Celsius. And we'll see what it is over here, I guess, when it gets through this little loop. It looks great. Yeah, I guess if you want to pick up girls or whatever, you're like, yo, look at my money. That's also kind of cringe, though. Okay, so it does go up quite a few degrees here. Not bad. Women are scary? That's true, yeah. But that's one thing that a Bugatti solves, you know? Like, you don't actually have to, like, you don't need a personality or something like that. You can just make having money your personality, and that is a big plus. I really need another 3,000 sand. Clearly. I only have 377 tons of it. Three more tons. Let's go. Maybe having a Bugatti is really nice. But in my mind, it's kind of similar to having a yacht. I don't get it. I don't understand the point. Why would you want to have one? Maybe I'm too poor. Okay, well, with all of that out of the way, though, we have successfully completed the new SPOM. We are recycling all of the dirty stuff. We're pumping out any of the excess. We're desalinating any of the junk. We have a nice little pit over here. I've got liquids that I can use to consume right over here as well. So I just need to keep an eye out on my ratio. So how much water I have compared to the amount of salt water up here. So like this is going to empty out pretty rapidly. This thing is, however, going to be active again in 7 cycles. So I should be good. If I really need to, I can just get some additional liquids from up here. But I'm feeling pretty pleased with how this is coming along here. How is the oxygen in the main now? Whoa. Looking pretty good. Slowly but surely, the polluted oxygen from that rotten food is making its way to the top of the base. That, I guess, is a little bit annoying, but, yeah, it'll get there eventually. We've made it for the first time in my life, past cycle 250. And, like, it's going well. Yeah, I have so much oxygen that it's almost cringe.